Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starflight. I'm the Mysterious JG, and it's time to figure out how the hell I'm going to work with this mouse. Ugh. Optical mouse and this wooden desk do not like each other at all. I end up having to put the mouse on the laptop somewhere to get it to register. Anyway, examine spar. Spar is still being treated. There's still a windstorm on. Spar got healed somehow, and I didn't. Oh, he's not wounded. Okay. Great gun! Slightly wounded. Ceasing treatment on Spar, and no. Get in there and start giving Grey Con some sexual healing. Just healing, not sexual healing. Ah, oh, damn it! Just. Oh, I just need to get out and start looking. Okay, it's now overcast. Which means I should be able to shoot lasers at my own ship. Oh good, he moved out here and then died. Bilateral life form. Overcast. I should be able to drive around a little bit without immediately dying. Do not want to lose the well, there's an ancient. Okay, this is a good sign. There's an ancient ruin here, but I don't think I've landed within like easy striking distance of this place. So I think this is the right planet because we found ancient ruins here, and it's a Spem. I think I remembered it was supposed to be an ice world from some clue. It's definitely the innermost planet of a nebula in Spem space. So the fact that we've now found Spem's ancient stuff here is a good sign to me that this is the right track that we're on. Might take a couple of... Might have to take off and land a few times before we find it, though. So otherwise we're just going to find little... Oh no, you've been captured by the fungoids. I think that's a line from some old Doctor Who episode that people sometimes make fun of. Get down to less than half. A big bilateral creature. It appears to be crawling. Tiny, graceful, shimmering acid sac. Alright, I'm not going to mess with you. You got an acid sac. And I'm going southeast when it says to go northeast because I'm not paying attention. Spar needs to start treating himself to a delicious ice cream sandwich. And I need to try to get off this planet without killing Spar. Or not just get off this planet immediately, but I mean I'm going to take off, land somewhere else, and continue searching. Can waste a lot of fuel this way. Try coming over here. I'm actually heading towards where we searched before. I'm convinced it's on this planet. This has got to be the right place. Matter of fact, I should be taking careful notes on where I've landed already. Just kind of searching at random. This could be a very bad idea. Ah, I've already been here. I already found that ruin and took away its Endurium. Ah, there we go. That would appear to be a bunch of ruins. Wow. .6 Endurium. 1.8 Endurium. 4.3 Endurium. I remember seeing a picture of this in a game magazine or on the box or somewhere as a kid and just being like, wow, because I got so excited as a kid whenever I found Endurium. Not enough room in the cargo hold. Oh, we're full up. Alright. 30 north, 13 west. Do not forget that. 30 north, 13 west. We're actually quite close. Wait. How in the world did we not see this the first time I checked the map? The way the map works is weird, but clearly that should have been visible from where we landed, and I zipped right by it without ever seeing it. Oh, it's fuel in the water. And fire in the sky. A crystal pearl. Endurium. So this would be the city of the ancients. This is it. I don't want to say that my economy problems for the rest of the game are solved, but if I'm going to not bother with missile launchers, I certainly don't need them against the Spemmen. Then I've got Class 5 everything else. I'll need to sell my armor and buy new Class 5 armor, because that's the only way to repair it, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty awesome. It took several trips to collect all the free fuel lying around. And more fungoids. And that's what we came for. The crystal pearl is being filled with 1,000 girls, 1,000 thrills. Now the crystal pearl is pretty interesting. And I think at this point we could really just head back home. I mean, we can come back later if we want to talk to the Spemmen more, but this is kind of why I left. And I want to get that armor taken care of. Whoa. What do we decide with? Whoa. There's a lot of little these are just little, like, there's a whole cluster of little fluxes that are dropping a very short distances. Spar is healed, okay. Anybody else we need to take care of? Okay, everyone's fine. 300 fuel. Wow, that's quite a bit. So we want to get to 125, 100, or was it 100, 125? I keep getting those mixed up. That's 104, 125, is it? This ain't it. It must be 125, 100. That would be... Oh, it's this. It's down here. I recognize that pattern of stars now. Yeah, 125, 100. We're burning through that fuel. We get a special evaluation. It says, we understand you went to the homeworld of an alien species that are potential allies and started killing them in mass. We're not that happy about this. Once again, I'm not going to bother with missiles. I feel kind of weird about that because I've always used missiles in previous games, but I know they're no good against the Ulek, or the well, there are no good against the Ulek, but I know they're no good against the Gazurtoid. So this seems to be a device of the ancients, but we can't figure out what it does. It contains a tremendous amount of energy. We got a crystal pearl, a crystal orb. Anything new going on with you? No. Excuse me. So, nothing new going on with them. Alright, so I guess we'll go talk to the Gazer-toid, see if we can get anything useful out of them. As far as finding out what's going on with the Ancients, the only source of info I can think of is the Mysterions, and I'm not sure where you're supposed to go to find them. Or the Minstrels, excuse me. The Mysterions are the ones who broadcast the phone number of the programmer's office. The Minstrels will pop up and do a minstrel show, and everyone will become very uncomfortable. But they'll also give us information about what's going on in the story. They give you information about the plot without giving you actual clues on how to win the game. So they're kind of like the opposite of what we've been doing, which is figuring out the items we need to disable the crystal planet without actually figuring out who built it and why. I shouldn't say who built it. I mean, it's a planet, so maybe it's a naturally occurring Death Star. That's no moon. Anyway, there's Mysterions right there. That's who we got to talk to. I might have to just hit Google and see if somebody has figured out coordinates that tend to have Mysterions at them. 3101. Open to the docking bay doors. Alright. But in the meantime, the only species left that you can talk to are the Gazurtoid. We know that they're down there in that cross constellation. We snuck down there before, got in and out without encountering them. This time, let's make it a point of finding them. Interesting. This dropped us back in, I think, Spem space. There is a flux around here somewhere that will drop us in Gazurtoid space, it looks like, but it's very easy to get lost in this game. Yeah, now we're in Gazurtoid space. They do have a home planet somewhere where you can encounter an infinite number of their ships. We're being scanned. "60 times the size of our ship," and it's a scout ship that's 60 times the size of our ship. As a kid, I would always default to obsequious. Let's give it a try. "Greetings, O highest of the high, most great alien beings. We come in peace from the planet Earth and respectfully request that you identify your vastly superior selves."
"Repent, O breeders, repent. The hour of judgment is at hand."
"We can see that you are indeed the true race. Pray enlighten us with your gems of infinite wisdom."
"And lo, unto them it was said, Shall ye go forth and cleanse the galaxy of the accursed breathers of airs?"
One, two... At least 2 alien ships have warped in. Possibly more. "We truly are not worth your trouble to destroy. We want only to bathe in your ever-spewing fountain of knowledge."
"Reflect upon thyself and be appalled, for art thou not the accursed abomination? And so I raise my tentacle and smite thee."
"We understand that you could destroy us if you chose. I, Captain Avatar, beg you in the name of peace and mercy, and all that is good and nice and true, not to do this."
"Fear not, vile your breeders, for in death shalt thou find redemption, and I am thy redeemer."
"Please do not blast us into our particles. Take pity on us who are not fit to grovel on your waste products."
"It is written, Thou who breathest not liquid but rather air shall perish in the flames of holy righteousness. Look unto me and repent, for I am the carrier of the flame, and thy time is at hand."
You wouldn't think that they'd be into flame, but communications have been terminated. You know what? Fuck you guys. These are not the Spemen. I will not be able to hail them hostile and have them be my friends. These are religious zealots. A game that was made long before the current situation in, the Middle East. But still. They do appear to be running. These colors don't run. Twice as much endurium as we get from the Spemen. And a bunch of other elements I don't care about. I guess these were just scout ships because they're running. They're 60 times as big as my ship, but they're only scouts. And they are making a break for it. Surprised that only 2 of them warped in. Oh, I can't disembark in space. I didn't mean to disembark. My bad. And this is what that guy wanted me to do. So I did it. Pure pressure. No, the fact is that it can be fun to beat up on the Gazurtoid. It can also be dangerous. keep wondering which of these planets is going to be their home world, because they are going to have a home world out here somewhere. If I go there, I'll, obviously fight more of them than I could possibly defeat. They'll be infinite, but you burn through fuel at an amazing rate if you fly around with your shields up and your weapons armed, so... just want to encounter them at least once more before I leave them alone. I had a fleet of them following me all the way back to our planet one time. If you try to escape from them, an encounter with them just by flying off manually, they'll keep following you around. It was pretty funny. They actually followed me all the way to our space, but there was nobody in our space who helped me. It just kind of left me to it. But yeah, they give you lots of messages about how you are a breather of air and must be destroyed, and for some bizarre reason, even though you are a breather of air and must be destroyed, and they are underwater guys, and that's why they hate you and want to smite you and stuff. They talk about burning you in flames of righteousness, which you wouldn't think would be part of the religious imagery of a species that developed underwater. But, programs of this game weren't perfect. Y minus 2, X0, Y minus 2. So I might be able to encounter some more here. X minus 1, Y1, that would be here. Come on, guys. Come to Papa. Let me blow up your big-ass wussy ships. I was able to beat them basically because I knew from the manual that you can't use missiles against them. Had I tried to use missiles against them, I would have just been firing at them all day and not doing any damage. And the scouts didn't seem to want to return fire, but you fight their warships and they'll be throwing missiles back at you. Here we go. So what is going on? Okay. Yeah, something got goofed up there. Having class 5 shields is very good there because I was trapped in maneuver mode and couldn't get out of it. But I'm confident that that was a Gazurtoid ship, and I didn't just start making an enemy out of Thrin for no reason, based on the fact that, well, A, that they shot first, and B, that they had exactly 10 units of Endurium, which is what I've learned to expect from Gazurtoid scouts. Now I think they're dropped at specific there's specific locations where you'll find like super fleets of ships. I read about this in one of the web pages by people fascinated by this game. I think I must have discovered their homeworld when I was a kid, because I just remember huge numbers of them flying around. I don't want to fight them in a nebula because I think my shields are being a great help. Why am I not going back into this thing? No, I just said I didn't want to fight them in a nebula. I will not fight them with a boat. I will not fight them with a goat. Looking for an M-class planet. Might be their homeworld, so I can blow some of these fuckers up. Once a Gazer-toid starts shaking, it will chase you forever. I remember an infinite, like not infinite, but there's a large fleet of them chasing me around forever, but it doesn't seem to be happening now. it. One more encounter with them, blowing up a couple more of their ships, and my bloodlust will be temporarily sated. I can leave them alone. But yet, they remember that they're hostile with you. They don't putz around with that. There we go. I think I must just be encountering their scouts. I was hoping to fight a group with warships in it, but I just keep opening fire before I can really scan them and even see. But yeah, 10 Endurium is scouts. Maybe the warships only show up if a battle is prolonged, and the key to surviving is to wipe them out quickly. It's pretty cool that their scouts are 60 times as big as your ship, but if you think about it, these are ships that are being designed to actually hold a crew of underwater creatures. So I suppose in theory it wouldn't need to be any bigger than your ships, but Enterprise, I've really... Ooh, this must have been a warship. It's got 15 instead of 10. Should have scanned it to see how big it was. But yeah, Enterprise, I remember. I'm revealing myself as a huge Star Trek geek, but how shocked can you be by that with somebody who played Starflight as a kid? Never watched Voyager, watched almost all the other series at some point. But Enterprise had a plotline at the end where there was it wasn't one species in a way, it was different species from the same planet, but there was an insect species, a lizard species, and a underwater species of guys, and the underwater guys, you know, they were interesting. They had this whole cultural thing where it took them a long time to make a decision, and that became an important plot point. But also, the fact that they... Ooh, another chance to encounter some. They tended to... They had huge ships. Just because the ships had to be massive, because they had room for these big whale-type guys to go swimming around inside a spaceship. This is another scout. No, we don't want to put it in a stress call. We want to be your friends. That's not going to do any good. I guess you can tell the difference from the sound with the blow that connects and a miss. We're being scanned. 1/60th our size, but man, they're feisty, said their science officer right before he died. He went,
1/60th our size, but man, they're feisty. Oh no, my soul's been trapped. I can't.
Sorry, flashing back to a previous LP. Well, you know what? This has gone pretty well. I keep fighting little small groups of them. I remember fighting a huge group of them and having to run for my life once. And getting chased down. Maybe just because I was a kid, I'm remembering it as being more dramatic than it actually was. But I don't know what it is I'm looking for to happen in this video before I just stop messing with the Gazer-toid, because I've established that I can beat them up and take 10 to 15 Endurium per ship at will, as long as I don't use missiles. That's the big key. Missiles in this game are basically a trap. X7, Y-4. Okay, So around here somewhere, you're saying? X minus 4, y 2, that would be... somewhere in here, you guys? Maybe? No? Come on! Come find me so I can kill you. There we go. Captain, something very strange is happening. I'm receiving a message, but there doesn't seem to be any transmission. Ooh. This is important. Been waiting for this. This is Captain Avatar of the starship ISS-77. We are on a peaceful exploration mission. Through the windless night we sail to watch the timeless dance unfold. Out of joy we share the tale to any who would have it told. There's a lot we can learn from each other. Please convey to your leaders our sincere wishes for peace and friendship. Back when all the stars were young, before the minstrel's song were sung, when this galaxy was new, there came from far the crystals few. Gradually they spread through space. They were the first, the only race. Communications have been terminated. So those were the minstrels, or a minstrel, and they sing songs in English about when the galaxy was new, there came from far the crystal few. Not the crystal few, the crystal few. Gradually they spread through space. They were the first, the only race. Okay. Thought they told us more than that, but it seems like you just get one snippet from them at a time. I'm glad I didn't start just opening fire on it, thinking it was a Gazer-toid. So do I want to just hang out in Gazer-toid territory, hoping I'll encounter more of those guys? Hard to say, folks. Hard to say. Anyway, I'm going to end the video. Don't want to save until I know that the video took. But I'm going to end the video now. And what we need to do is, I think if we want to find out, I think we're very close to winning the game. And if it went really fast from an LP perspective, that's because I did quite a bit of economic stuff, just mining to get money to outfit our ship properly off screen, and I got pretty lucky with coming across Earth so quickly. But that was really the only big thing that happened sooner than maybe it should have. Otherwise, I didn't set out to do this by reading a guidebook, but I did kind of check a guidebook after I got started, and yeah, the best thing that you can do, basically, is if you track down that distress signal, which is mentioned by aliens that you can encounter early on, and I think it was even mentioned in the starport announcement, that puts you on, that gives you the clues you need to befriend the Mechans, and that really makes the game start moving faster. If you get information from the Mechans. I remember when I first played this as a kid, I was going up and spending a lot of time trying to talk to the Velox and the Iloan and the Thryn, and I never really went forward because I could see there weren't aliens there on the map, and the Mechan, for whatever reason, are not marked. And the Mysterians, as we've already seen, don't seem to follow the same rule. Well, not the Mysterians. Keep mixing up the Mysterians and the Minstrels. The Minstrels don't seem to follow the same rule for encounters as everyone else, because they were popping up in what was delineated as Gazer-toid space. So, I don't know. The point I'm getting at is we're pretty close to winning this. It's gone very fast. Starflight 2 will take a lot more time than this LP has, because I don't think I'm going to cut out as much of the economic part of it. I think I'll showcase a lot more of it because it's a bit more interesting. It involves trade routes as opposed to just going around mining. But we need to encounter the minstrels some more if we want to find out what the story is. Those of you who already know the story might be saying, get on with it, JG. Some of you might be scratching your heads wondering what's going on, but we got a very, very big clue as to what's going on when they talk about the Crystal Few, the first and only race. They're talking about the Ancients, obviously. The Ancients, as the Crystal Few, they've built the Crystal Planet. We're trying to use the Crystal Cone and the Crystal other. All these items related to the Ancient are crystal. I'm trying to think. I mean, I know the answer, and I'm trying to think, are we supposed to have figured it out from all this? Is there going to be a bigger thing coming where they just tell you flat out what's going on? I don't really remember. But I do know it's time to end the video. When we come back, I guess we're going to try to hunt down some more minstrels, So once we've got a couple of encounters with the minstrels, and I think we've gotten as much information out of them as we can, there is no information to be gotten out of the Gazurtoid. If you're obsequious with them, they just keep haranguing you, and then they leave you alone. They'll let you live. You can maintain peace with them after a fashion by just keeping weapons unarmed, shields down, and using obsequious tone, and they'll just tell you that they're going to destroy you, but then they leave. Or you can just fight them. But either way, you're not getting any useful information out of them. I think we've gotten all we're going to get out of the Spem and the Velox, the Thren and the Eloan. You can't get any information out of the Ulek because, well, as we'll find out, you can't even communicate with them. And they're the last race then that we'll have to encounter before this is all over. So we're going to try to talk to the minstrels in the next video. After that, probably the most dangerous single thing you can do in the game, and something that I certainly wouldn't want to do as a kid without having figured out that you can copy your game disc on the B drive and have a backup. We're going to have to go into Ulek space at long last. Don't expect it to be any more graphically exciting than anything else in the game, but we're going to have to travel into Ulek space to get the last item we need to destroy the crystal planet and win the game. So stay tuned for that. Mysterious JG here, signing off.